Yo, what's good, everybody? Mr. Hollapart 313. Just want to go over the this is actually like a two-part video. Tell you a little personal story of mine. But before I get to that, I want to go over this Lions and Falcons game that's coming up this Sunday. Big blow to our defense. Tavon Wilson's not playing, and even worse news. Gerard Davis is out as well, so I thought that at the very it is what it is in terms of the flag not being thrown on that play, which it should have been. But it's just crazy, the total lack of incompetence and disrespect when it comes from the officiating to the Detroit Lions. I just don't understand that. This guy blatantly pushed Gerard Davis in the back, Odell Beckham Jr., and to the point where he injured himself, and now as a result of that, he's out of the game. Now, I already know for a fact that could not have been a Detroit Lions player who did that shit to a Giants player. Trust me, a flag would have been thrown at the very least, if not a suspension. But, they conveniently didn't see that. Anyway, going to this game, this is a big test for us. Big home game. I already know either way it goes, if the Lions do win this game, they're not going to get the respect they deserve. I think one of Atlanta's offensive players is out. I forget his name, but I think that if Detroit prevails in this game, people already have the built-in excuse. Are going to have the built-in excuse. Well, so-and-so didn't play for Atlanta, so they don't get credit for that, because they did the exact same thing with the victory over the Giants and the Cardinals. Well, the Cardinals are struggling this year, so they're not a good team, so we don't get credit for that. Or the Giants' offensive line was weak. This excuse, listen, man, a win is a fucking win, period. Because it doesn't matter if Stafford goes down, if half our offensive line go down, whoever goes down on our team, people gonna just look at it as a loss. If we lose as a result of that, people don't really care. But anytime Detroit beats somebody, it's almost like they always look for excuses in terms of what's going on with the other team on why they lost. And I just don't understand that for whatever reason. So this is really a Detroit versus everybody mentality. If we prevail over Atlanta, which I believe we can, if we prevail over Atlanta, they gonna point out key losses or a key loss to their defense or some shit like that, or some type of excuse to not give credit to the Lions for winning. But anyway, we just have to obviously that's not helping anything, missing Gerard Davis. So we just need other people to step up. That's all that is. We have to control that one game, which is very strong. We have to be on point in the secondary, because Julio Jones is a problem. I mean, for everybody. But it's going to be a very interesting game, and I can't wait to see. That should be the game of the week, man. But, anyway. So with that being said, I'll move on to this little personal story of mine. I met this chick on this dating app. It's called Soul Swipe. It's almost like Twitter. Not Twitter, but about Tinder. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but you kind of swipe left and right to people you want to connect with. So if you, for instance, if you click like or click right on somebody's picture that you like or you're interested in to know, and they click right on yours, then y'all get to connect. So anyway, it just so happens that I clicked right on this chick, and she clicked right on mine. And coincidentally, she's from Detroit as well, not from Detroit. So, very attractive girl, man. We got to chatting and shit, after we connected, and we went on a few dates. And it seemed like things were going really well. Now, last time we hung out, I took her to dinner and a movie. I had a real good time. So the other night, I'm texting her back and forth while I'm at the job. I'm working midnights, keep in mind. And she's texting me and whatnot, and telling me, how much she liked me, this, that, and the other. She wanted to exchange pictures and all that. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going really well. This chick is, nice looking chick. She ain't got a bunch of babies. She ain't married. Beautiful. So I noticed maybe like an hour later, I get a text. It says video text. I was like, okay, this is kind of odd, because at this point, this had to been like 2 o'clock in the morning. Keep in mind I work midnight, so I thought it was kind of odd for her to be texting me. Well, she could have been just been up texting me, which was cool. So I opened the video text, and it was a video of her naked, and she was like licking her titties and shit. So I'm like, okay, that's what's up. I'm complimenting her. I was like, okay, nice pics, woo, you know. It was nice. It was a nice looking picture. You know, she had a real nice set on her. And she sent a reply like, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't meant for you. I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, this girl told me that she was single. Didn't tell me anything about having a man. So I was like, okay, if that wasn't, basically, long story short, I was like, okay, I noticed you said that wasn't meant for me. So what's up? Well, who was it meant for? She's like, well, I'm sorry, I have this guy in my life. I have feelings for woo-de-woo, but I'm not sure if I want to be with him. I'm just confused right now. This, that, and the other. So, you know, I say all that to say, man, it's just one of the reasons why I don't really date often down here, because you really can't trust these women out here. I mean, for real, because when she sent that video, it said, I love you. Good night, I love you. And I thought that would be kind of odd to send, because her and I only been out like 3 times. So, you know, it's kind of early to be talking about I love you and all that shit while you sitting there with a fucking new video and shit, licking your titties. But, you know, before that even happened, she texted me a couple days prior. She said, well, you know, on our last day, I was hoping I could get a kiss, this and the other. So I'm like, okay, this chick is obviously single. This is not an impression I was under. I'm like, okay, well, you know, maybe we can see what's up next time we hang out. So we went to dinner and a movie and shit. We snuggled up, woo-de-woo, had a real good time. And I was just shocked when I got that video talking, you know, a naked video talking about I love you, and it was actually meant for somebody else. So you got to be careful out here with these females nowadays, man. For real. I mean, as good as she looked, you know, anything that glitters is not always gold. That's all I'm saying, man. So that was just real disappointing and shit. So now she texted me, well, with Cobb, she accidentally sent me that bullshit ass, that text and shit. So she was like, well, I just want to be friends, and perhaps we can see what's up later on down the future. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. First off, I'm not into being no niggas, no chick's side nigga and shit. I don't fuck around like that. I'm too old for that. I'm 35 years old. So, you know, you want to play games and shit with that nigga or this nigga, you go ahead. But my whole thing is, the reason I'm on that app, because, you know, I'm looking for something kind of serious and shit. You know, right now I'm kind of focusing on, you know, on work, and, you know, I'm getting back to school pretty soon. So I'm not necessarily looking for something serious just yet, but at the same time, I'm in the process for just kind of hanging out with somebody and see if that could possibly develop into something a little more in the future and shit. But I'm not fucking around with you. If you texting me videos and shit, yourself naked and shit meant for other niggas, get the fuck out of here with that. You told me you were single, and all of a sudden you got a nigga you confused with. You don't know if you want to be with him or not. So well, apparently you do if you send your pictures and shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I know this is way off topic for me. Normally, I like to talk about sports normally and all that shit, but I just had to vent about that shit, man. Man, these chicks out here are not loyal, man, for real. They are really not. Anyway, shout out to my DVE crew, as always, Mr. Holland Part 313. And I get at y'all later, man.